Hello and welcome to the channel. Today me and Benji are walking at Tudek Dog Park. It's been raining all afternoon. We just got done doing some dashing. It's a relatively good walk for getting him to go to the bathroom. A lot of people use this park. The building right there is bathrooms. Got a pavilion over here. Playground down in there. That's the parking lot, or one of the parking lots. Got a big field over here. Park's usually pretty busy. Today, not so much, because of the rain. Like I said, it just quit a little bit ago. I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but sounds like it's raining because I'm under the trees and the wind just blew right now. I don't know, it usually takes about 50 minutes to walk around with him. Definitely less if you're walking by yourself. You don't have a dog pulling you every which way. It's a really nice park though. You have a couple trails like this. And then a nice circle, paved circle track that goes around, like field with horses in it. I believe this is called the Butterfly Garden area. Got a bunch of benches and stuff. Yeah, right, this is the Butterfly Garden part. I'm sorry. Life in a meadow habitat. We got a little trail there. See if I can zoom in. That's where the horses are. We'll be over there pretty quickly. We're going to cut up through here on the trail. Yeah, it's a nice little park. If you're ever down near State College, it's more the southern end. The area, they have a dog park and all that fun stuff. If we end up over there, I'll get some video of that too. We're going to come up to the paved part. So pretty much just a loop here. That way it'll take you up to a housing plan. Got a little bike fix-it station here. Some more benches and stuff. And this park is basically all surrounded just by different housing plans, houses, apartments, etc. I believe it was a farm of sort. There's a community garden and stuff I'll show you as well. But when they cut the grass, it's all pretty much down now. I don't know if you can see the difference, like where it gets higher right there. It's almost like they hay it for the horses. They came through not that long ago and cut it down, but they always keep right along the pathway clear, but then leave that higher out by the horses. I'll give you a better shot of the horses down there in their field. Yes, it's starting to get a little bit busier now. It's usually way more packed. One of the reasons why I've never done a video here, because a lot of days it's just really busy. Showing up right after the rain quit, it was a lot less busy. But you got some side trails off of here. They'll take you up into little housing plan areas. So basically, so they can get down here. Some people have, cut so they can just come straight from their backyard. Got dog stations, a bunch of garbage cans all around. And sit with the horse pen in the middle. Usually a bunch of groundhogs around here too. You usually see a bunch of them till the fields get higher. And once the fields get higher, you don't see them till they cut it. But this is all pretty new. Like I said, this is the first year we've been down here. And kind of going with the flow at this point. Once we get over the other side, I get some more video over there. This is the other side of the tree line. And they let that part of the field grow up. Just keep right along the edge mode. I thought last time when they mowed the high stuff, they did it for haying, but it doesn't look like they ever picked it up. Benji, stop and stay. Yeah. Put his head down with a groundhog poking up over there. Yeah, it's a really nice park. Drops down around here. There's a bunch of houses all around it. We'll come out, we'll pop out over by the dog park. This part is just a loop. It's paved. I go off the loop a little bit and go into the one plan, up past the one garden, and so on and so forth. I believe this was part of Dry Belbus Farms, if I pronounced it correctly. There's a groundhog right up in there. Like I said, there's a bunch of them guys running around here. But yeah, this is part of Dry Belbus Farms, or was part of Dry Belbus Farms, or so the sign says. I'll show you all that when we get down there. But ironically, Dry Belbus Street, something like that, is the street that Sam's Club's on, which is what I found to be a little bit on the odd side. So Dry Belbus Farms must have been really big around here to not only be able to give up the farm and become Tudek Dog Park, so on and so forth, but also have the road all the way up by Sam's Club, which is about 15 minutes from here, named after them. So they must have been the big farm in the area. Here we are, looping back around. Got another big field over here. I mean, reality is this is probably about a 20-minute loop, 15-20 minute loop to walk. Let's see if I can zoom in. The little trail that comes down where them people are walking that dog too. Sometimes if I need to shorten it or whatever, there's a couple little side trails that you can take to get down to this paved loop. I don't know, the paved loop might be a mile total, something like that. It's nothing crazy. Another groundhog over there. Probably seen like 10 so far, give or take. But it's where you pop out. That's the dog park right there. Two areas. I don't really do dog parks. I did when I first got them, but I found that I really wasn't a dog park person, for lack of a better way of putting it. Everybody thought he was nuts, and I was nuts, because he would run around and chase everybody and hurt everybody, and he just wanted to play, and he was really fast and all that fun stuff. And I was younger, and I played with him. Everybody else just wanted to stand there. There's another dog poop station, but everybody else just wants to stand around and BS and let their dogs play with each other. And he was nuts, and so was I, and we got weird looks. So I started going just every once in a while just to play with them by myself. When other people would show up, I'd get out. 21. Because he's usually, well, he's gotten better now that he's older, but he was always just too rough for the other dogs. He wants to herd and control, and other dogs don't really like that much. But anyway, so I'm not sure if one of these is a small dog area than the big dog area, or if they just rotate. The main one I used to do up in Cranberry would rotate, and they had one for small dogs, 2 there, and then they had 2 separate ones for big dogs. And they would close down one, let the grass grow back for a month or so, and so on and so forth. And even North Park had 2 different dog parks, and actually 2 different areas that they would rotate in and out. Sometimes one would be open, that one wasn't open, the other one would be open. There's the sign for the park. This is a little parking lot for the dog park area. Park along the road too. And here's the sign. Parkrest Farms, Dry Belvis Farm since 1898. And another set of apartments all around, basically. And you have the barn, the farmhouse up here. You can go down, cut down the sidewalk, and I mean, you can go forever up here. And there's a bike trail that picks up back in there, and sidewalks to get you just about anywhere around this area, it seems like. Still learning, exploring. I tend to get stuck on the same old, sometimes just because it works. But every once in a while we do new things. I did one, it was Wednesday, found a different part of the bike trail, and we just hit it. Ended up in a housing plan, and cut back. I was off on the timing a little bit. I was hoping to have a little bit longer of a walk, but it is what it is. I thought the way that it wrapped around, I was going to get closer to 2 hours instead of 1 hour and 20 minutes. But it is what it is. Sometime this weekend, hopefully, I'm going to pull it up on Google Earth and see exactly what I did. Because I just saw the bike trail and walked it. Saw some cuts, and from dashing down here so much, I have kind of an idea when you pop out in housing plans where everything is. So, that's a plus. But yeah, this is the farmhouse, and I'll show you the garden when we get up by there. It's the back of the barn, and what I have, I guess, assumed to be what's considered a community garden, which is just which would just be a bunch of little gardens in one big area that a bunch of different people take care of. There's always somebody different here doing their little areas. You know, every little area has a watering can or two. They just kind of do their own thing. Looks like there's a water spigot right there. It's pretty decent size. I only see one person in there now, but there's usually a couple in there when I walk past. Still got the housing plan over there. Looks like we got a baseball game going on. Up here, there's a playground and stuff. It's like tennis courts. And I'm assuming we're at one of the higher points of State College because there's a water tower, and I'm assuming that it's gravity fed like what they were back home where I'm from. They always put the water towers up in the high spots. So they pump the water up to them, but then they would gravity feed down to the houses below. Then you got a sidewalk down here that's going to cut you over to the left, or I'm going to end up cutting across the road, picking up another trail over there. You got this trail that leads you back over to another kind of a gravelly trail. I think I showed you me walking down with a dog a little while ago, and it'll lead you over that and back down into the loop down there by the horse arena area. This is a little more like what it usually is, where it's parking lot's pretty well packed. But we'll pick back up when I get over by the trail in the woods. Got a sidewalk back there that's going to cut up. One right here that cuts up. Got a pavilion over there. And a trail that cuts in over here. This will wrap me back around. Well, basically gets me around this parking lot area, back over the lot that I'm in. Nothing crazy, but I'm just trying to give him a good walk. The rain earlier, he didn't get such a good one. We got caught in a little bit of rain. Nothing spectacular. We made it back just in time because it pretty much opened up, and let's just say we were both happy to make it to the truck and not get soaked. But this cuts through. You're going to have an area. It's going to cut up some businesses, and one of which is place where I get his raw goat's milk from. Little pet store up there. Can't think of the name of it offhand. I have to look in my phone because I have it. Wiskoi Pet. That's the name of it. I knew it was just on the tip of my tongue. Wiskoi Pet. It's a really cool little dog store up there, or pet store. And so they order his milk in for me, and I pick it up when I'm down here, dashing and stuff. They have all kinds of different products. They have a bunch of cargo stuff, all kinds of different health foods for dogs and cats, and so on and so forth. They even sell the purple lizard maps that we use for hiking around here. So it's a pretty cool store. This is where you would head up to the pet store and up into the shops up there. Came from back there. You head down this way. And you have to excuse the bad camera work and everything else. Well, another reason why I never did this video, not only because the place is usually packed, but I have him on a leash most of the time, because, well, you're supposed to. And it's really hard to film with him pulling and everything else, because he doesn't really have good leash manners. He's great off leash. He listens really well, doesn't go after other dogs and stuff like that. I mean, he wants to play when he sees other dogs, so I always hook him up and err on the side of caution. But yeah, he just pulls a lot. Makes it really hard to film when he's on a leash. So most of my videos are out hiking and stuff like that when I can cut him loose. But yeah, it's a nice little trail that cuts back around. There's a few housing plans where you'll see a gate on the fence or a trail. And I think there's only like really one or two of those where they don't want you going up into their housing plan, but everything else, your trail will take you up into a housing plan. You can just extend a walk up there if you so choose, or if you cut up into the business park. There's sidewalk up there that goes along the road, or you know what I mean. It's a very walkable town. Just a very walkable town. This is where you're going to pop up out of the woods. See the little pavilion over there. The tennis courts over there. Little sidewalk that heads down into there. And back over to a parking lot where I parked it. We initially cut into the trail. Then you got a set of bathrooms over here. Little pavilion, basketball court, playground, etc. Just a nice little park in the middle of, well, actually the bottom end of State College. I can't even say the middle. There's actually the one main gated path community. They got a door. Sorry about that. It's a code you have to punch in to get through the door. So it must be a pretty private community, at least on this end. But there's a sign for Tom Tudek Park. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. Hope you enjoy the video. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And we're going to get out of here and go get some gas. See you on the next one.